Hi, I'm Matthew Hoelscher, founder of Parent Marriage Coaching and the creator of 50 Shades for Real Couples. Today I wanted to talk to you about some different aspects of what makes rough sex and 50 Shades of Grey so exciting to couples and how you can start implementing some of these principles tonight in the bedroom to jazz up and make your love life a little bit more fun and exciting. Look, the book 50 Shades of Grey was not the best written. The movies improved a little bit, but there was one line that sold that whole movie and that whole series. I don't make love, I hard. And for a lot of couples out there, after about the first, probably 1 to 2 years, but at least by 4 years of marriage, you've had enough sexual encounters with your partner that you're sort of tired of making love. You get into a routine and you're just like, oh God, I know what he's gonna do next. It's always the same thing. Like, you develop this cookbook, cookie cutter formula to get you and your partner off, and it's satisfying, but it also gets boring because sex is supposed to be delicious. I mean, marriage is really good for security. It's great to know that you got somebody there, but you really want some novelty. You want to mix it up a little bit and be surprised, because that's what activates dopamine in the brain and makes us feel like, wow, that was great. Even if you have the worst sex ever, you mess everything up and it turns like a total disaster and you both mutually agree we will never do that again. At least you had the experience of it. At least you know that now. And you're better people for everything that you learn and that you try and that you communicate, because going through that process with your partner is what builds your relationship and makes it more juicy, more dynamic. So if you really want to experience that, there are lots of people that really desire that passion, that rough sex, that feeling of just being so desired you can't keep your hands off that person and you just want them and they want to feel it. There are people that feel a sense of sexuality and bliss for being desired, and being desired roughly. They don't want to be handled with kid gloves. They don't want to be made love to. They want to feel your passion and they want you to take them. The first rule of doing that is not actually taking them. The first rule is making sure you have consent. The first thing you have to do is start talking to your partner about what they want to experience, sharing fantasies, and making sure first and foremost that you have consent. Many couples come to my marriage counseling practice and coaching and ask, I want my husband to be more rough with me. I want him to spank me. I want him to pull my hair. And the husband's just there like, well, I can't do that. You're my wife, and I'm not a bad person, and only bad people do that. So I'm just going to make love to you because that's safe and acceptable. And so the first thing is you have to start talking about that, because once you have consent, the whole world opens up to you. There are so many types of sexual excitement and adventures that you can go on, that first you just have to agree. You have to consent to buy the ticket to go on the trip. And often there are partners that are just begging, please take me on this trip. I want to go. I want to go with you. Just take me, please. So don't hold them back. Say, hey, okay, I got the consent. Let's see where we can go with this. The next thing you need is to make sure that you have a safe word. Especially when giving consent to another person, they have to feel comfortable in taking it, and the first step in feeling comfortable in taking it is to know that no matter what happens, if you say a certain word, that they know it's time to stop. So unless you come up with your own words, the default ones that work very well are the simple colors that we all have been trained to recognize through driving in automobiles: green, yellow, and red. Green's not actually a safe word. Green is the word of, you're doing a good job, keep going, give me more, I'm into this, we are all green. Green is for go, full throttle, I can handle more. When you reach a point that you're getting full, now you found your edge, or maybe you're a little just past that edge, you're at 110, 120%, and you found it and you've had enough, but you don't want to ruin the mood, you can just simply say yellow. And that simply lets your partner know that you filled them up, they've done a good job, but you're at your limit and they don't have to keep pushing you or keep applying more pressure or more sensation. And finally, and most importantly, the safe word is the thing that stops all play. If it gets out of control, you're not comfortable, you want to be untied, you want the blindfold to come off, you want to stop the spanking, you simply have to say red firmly and clearly, and your partner knows that, whoa, we need to stop, my partner's been triggered, something's come up for them, and it's time to stop, hold each other, calm down, take care of each other afterwards. It's just as much as foreplay. You have to have the aftercare to take care of your partner, and then communicate about what happened, what they experienced, and what they need to do to calm down and feel safe and secure with you again. Once you have that down, once you have some new experiences, you can start sharing fantasies. You can start texting each other and saying, oh, I can't wait to spank you tonight. Or, you've been a bad girl and daddy's got something special for you. Right? When you start crawling in the head of your partner, blindfolding them, not letting them know what's coming up next, you start making love to them in the mind, giving them a good mind long before sex actually happens. And this is the most juicy, most delicious foreplay. So many people are dying for this kind of encounter and want to experience it all day, every day in their work. And besides getting into the mind, you have to use your voice. Using dirty voice, coming up with a pet name, saying dirty words. Look, I don't go out in public and call my wife a slut, a whore, or dirty. But in bed, in the moment, with that growl in the voice and be like, you're mine and I know you want this. When you add those words in, it adds to the passion, the ambiance, and the mood. And there's nothing wrong with it. As long as you communicate, again with your partner, that this is in the moment and this is what feels good. There's nothing sexy about saying, oh, you're my feminist equal partner and I support you getting the same equal pay raise. I am a feminist. And I do believe in those things. And I want them in the outside world. But I don't want to talk about that when I'm having sex. When I find a beautiful woman, I'm in love with my wife, I want her right now. And she wants to feel that. Because it's that nonverbal that makes the whole experience so delicious. Finally, if you want to get a little bit more rough, there are some things you can do right now without any types of toys. One thing you can do is just take your hand, run it up the back of her hair, and just squeeze some hair. You don't pull it, you just squeeze it and wrap it around your fingers until it reaches a point where she'll smile a little bit and just feel that you're taking control of her head. The hair and pulling on the hair is a very sensuous activity for many women. Besides the hair, you can also explore the neck. Choking is such a heavy word. It's not actually choking, but just kissing. Many women love to be kissed on the neck, and if your woman loves to be kissed on the neck, she loves to be held by the neck too. You can take both hands and hold her by the neck, or you can take one hand over the neck just for the feeling of being controlled, being owned. And you can either push down or just hold them by the neck. You don't actually remove their ability to breathe or blood flow to the brain, but just putting your hand there is an amazing experience for many people. And until you experience it, you have no idea what it feels like to be in control or to be controlled by another person. And finally, there's spanking. Many people find spanking to be an erogenous activity. In fact, I tell all my marriage counseling and coaching couples, look, spank your wife, don't spank your kids. Because it is an erotic act and it's not for authoritarian discipline or control. But spanking, just taking your hand to the fleshy areas of the butt, the meaty areas, do not ever touch bone. A, it will hurt your hand, and B, it will hurt your partner. But to the fleshy areas, if you just start applying some light spanks, rubbing it in a little bit, maybe even match it with a massage, these activities feel really good and they stimulate the endorphins in our brain to relieve the pain, and it's also a sexual turn on. So until you've experienced it, you don't know. And it's something you need to communicate with your partner several times to see how they feel about it. So, experiencing, control of the mind, feeling the crave and the passion of your partner, and then explore pulling the hair, putting your hands around the throat and neck, and actually a little spank on the butt. And this is some ways that you can start making 50 Shades for Couples a real life for you in your bedroom. If you'd like more help in understanding these techniques and calibrating them with your partner, I encourage you to reach out for me and attend my 50 Shades for Real Couples program. I'm Matthew Hoelscher, founder of Parent Marriage Coaching. I look forward to talking to you soon.